welcome. Today we'll enjoy 15 minutes together, getting to know our lower abdominal, lower back area, outer hips in a flow called around the clock, which I like to call hula hips. So it starts on your back. So get yourself comfortable. We don't need any props, but if you feel better to have a folded blanket underneath the head all the way to the shoulders, then please do. The hands by your side as you witness your starting point. So feel into your body with the knees bent. And in this, you'll have the eyes closed once you have the gist of it. I want you to visualize a clock. And if a clock is really difficult for you, how about a circle? Just a round circle all the way around from the navel to the iliac crest, that protrusion that comes out of the lower belly, downward towards the pubic bone, and then over to the other hip. Just a circle. Just notice that area. Now we're going to simply lift. So press into your left foot and then feel the right big toe edge and lift that right hip. Let it peel up. You might feel like it's peeling all the way upward. And then you're going to slowly, like a second hand on a clock, lower it back down. As you do, let it become playful. So maybe the other knee sways over. And then again, let that same side, that hip peels up off of the mat. And then place it all the way back down in as slow motion as you comfortably can. The other knee can come and sway inward. As we come into this playful motion, one more, the same side. Let it peel up off of the mat and then downward into the mat. And then pause. Let's witness what's just occurred. So feel and sense from that hip down to the mat, all the way through the belly, maybe the rib cage, shoulder, outer leg to the heel. Take a deep breath. And then let's go ahead and come on over on the other side. So feel the right foot. Just let it press. The big toe edge of that left foot, let it rest into the mat. Carry that hip up. Let it come upward and then downward. The full foot will find the mat. Let it come upward. And then playfully downward, the legs can sway. Same side, let it come up. Feel and sense and feel the height and then the lowering. And then pause, inner knees can knock maybe. Allow just enough time here for this valuable information to feed back into the brain. Notice how well that left hip can rest. And can the right hip, the other hip, rest? What does it feel like from one to the other? Let's go ahead and come on into that then. Knees come away from each other. Take your time. Feel the press of that right foot now and the lifting of that hip. And then allow it to lower. Let's go from one edge of the pelvis to the other. So now the other side lifts and then it lowers. And like it's rocking, a bowl rocking, filled with water and bubbles. Let it bubble up and over and spill. Feel the bowl of the pelvis tilt one way and playfully the other way. Maybe you can feel now that reservoir of healing start to gather around. Notice how you feel from one edge to the other. And how about one more like this? And then pause. Let the knees knock. Feel and sense the lower spine. Notice all the details of the sensation around the hips, the lower belly, the legs. That hum, where does it travel to? The back of the shoulders maybe. You might even feel that vibration to the middle of the brain. Take a deep breath. And then Then go ahead and peel up one hip. Feed palm down, one hand right underneath there. And then float that hip onto those knuckles. Come on over to it. And the other one comes out. The thumbs will touch first fingers, like a diamond shape, right behind the sacrum. Thumbs touch, first finger, laying right on the palms. So notice how that feels with the knees bent here. Let's come to the top of the pelvis and the bottom of the pelvis. Top of the pelvis, 12 o'clock. Bottom of the pelvis, 6 o'clock. Take a deep inhale and feel 6 o'clock, the bottom, the tail, the coccyx, come down into the mat. As you exhale into the navel, feel the top of the pelvis come over those thumbs. Playfully now. Nice, make it a game. Inhale, we rock to the tail. Exhale to the thumbs. Feel the bowl of the pelvis rock like this, from top to bottom. Nice and smooth. Notice all the details. Methodically moving like this. Often pain will come in like a block. So here we are re-educating this part of the body that it can move out of discomfort with this detailed rhythmic movement. And then soften that effort. We're going to bring that all together. Leave the hands where they are, elbows where they are. If this isn't available for you to have the hands underneath the pelvis, you can do this whole thing without the palms. I encourage you, if you can, to leave the palms there so that the receptors of the hands can feed back a little more detail to the middle of the brain, our sensory motor command center. So take a deep inhale. As you exhale into the navel, float the top of the pelvis over. Then go ahead and lift that left hip up. Maybe that's 9 o'clock. And then go ahead and roll 6 o'clock down into the mat. Lift the other hip, the right one. Feel the weight of that left one roll into the hands. And then the top of the pelvis. Now come into that circle. So this is like when you have a coin on the counter from end to end and you flip and it starts to wobble. We're wobbling around the outer edge of that circle. Feel and sense. And now playfully go a little faster. This is where it gets to be like we're hula hipping or hula hooping. And then see if you can go just a little bit slower. Can you slow that down? How slow can you go? Notice the details. And do you skip over any areas? And then what's it like to go the other direction? Is there any discomfort in any areas? Go a little slower and maybe a semicircle. It never has to be a complete circle. Repatterning, re-educating can be fun. So have some fun. How about a little faster this way? Notice if it can. Maybe a little smaller. And then let's soften that effort. Roll the hip up, take the palm out, some mindful compression. And then the other. Let the hands squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And then like you're the conductor of the band, just roll and let the fingers move. The antennae to our circulation, this movement. And then go ahead and allow the knuckles to become heavy. Feel and sense into the whole entire back body. Notice what that's like. Let the knees knock, the heels come out, the toes inward. And sense and feel this targeted area. We'll come into this now without anything, just very playfully. Leave the hands where they are. Go ahead and lift one hip. And then roll to the top of the pelvis. Lift the other hip. Then the tail. Circle around the pelvis like this. Feel and sense the rolling, the tilting, and the flattening of the pelvis and all the detail. Notice how the body can coordinate this. And then what is it like to go the other direction? Notice what that feels like. Does it feel like a dance? Does it feel continuous and fluid-like? And how about one more? And then go ahead and soften. Allow one leg to lengthen out. Feel how well it can relax from the heel to the sit bone. Feel the targeted area on that side of that long and strong leg. Leave the other knee bent for just a wee moment. Allow the whole body to receive as you feel and sense this one side. And then you'll go ahead and bend that knee and lengthen through the other. The toes might want to wriggle. Feel and sense all the way from the heel to the sit bone, outer leg to the outer hip. All the details of that deep relaxation in that side. And then go ahead and lengthen through both legs. Let the knuckles become heavy, palms upward. And feel and sense into your body here. Full on Shavasana. The back of the head can rock. Notice the shoulders. Allow yourself to rest. Let the jaw slacken. The muscles around the eyes soften. Feel and sense into your body. as you rest, and how well does it do so? Notice the vibration, the work well done, as your body absorbs and repatterns to rewrite the script out of discomfort and pain. Thank you for your time. Namaste.